Hi guys, so today we're gonna start graphing points on the coordinate plane. You've already graphed some on quadrant 1, so today, copy this down in the lesson name, points on the coordinate plane, part 1. On Thursday we'll do part 2. This is already week 5, today is May 26th. So just a quick review, you have already plotted points on quadrant 1, right? We have our x-axis here, you have your y-axis. This is called a horizontal line. This is called a vertical line, the y-axis. And these are all positive numbers, quadrant 1. Now, this is just only called quadrant 1, and it's all positive numbers. Notice that the x, they're positive 1, 2, 3, all these positive numbers, all these positive numbers. So let's say that we wanted to plot a point like 2, 3, right? This is the x and this is the y. It's always in that order. The first one is how you move horizontally, and the second number is how you move vertically, and then you plot the point. So 2, 3 will be 1, 2 horizontally and 3 vertically. 1, 2, 3. This is where that point would be, right? Let's say you wanted to plot another point, let's say 4, 6, right? So there would be 4 horizontally and then 6 vertically. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 horizontally, and then from there up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's where this point would be. Let's say you wanted to point another point. Let's say 7, 2. Let me do a different color. Let's say you want to do 7, 2. Once again, this is horizontally, and then this is vertically. So let's say it would be 7. You go to 7, which is right here. You can see it labeled here, but if you need to count, you can also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then up 2. Or you can see the 2 here, so up 1, 2. So then that would be that point, right? So again, this is all positive numbers on the first quadrant. The x and the y are both positive. This is just a quick review. You already learned this. Now, this is not the full coordinate plane. The coordinate plane has 4 quadrants, right? The full coordinate plane has 4 quadrants. The positive one, so like where the positive x and the positive y, that's called quadrant 1. And then you have where the x is negative and the y is positive, that's called quadrant 2. Then where both the x and the y are negative, that's this section of the coordinate plane called quadrant 3. And then where the x's are positive and the y's are negative, that is called quadrant 4. So the origin is 0.00, as is labeled here with the arrow, you can see. That's always called the origin. Now, let's practice plotting some points on the full coordinate plane. Right, so now we're starting to plot with negative numbers as well. So what it means to move around the coordinate plane, it just means that you can describe, are you going in the negative direction for x or on the positive direction for x. It's just like 2 number lines, right? The coordinate plane is 2 number lines put together, a horizontal number line and a vertical number line. So let's go ahead and plot these points. And we're going to see, it says plot and label the following points. So point A is 3, 2. Point B is -4, 3. Point C is -5, -2. And point D is 4, -6. Notice that's how you write a coordinate point. You always put parentheses, and then there's a comma. This is the x part, and this is the y part. That's always how you label a coordinate point. Now let's go ahead and plot these. I'm going to use blue. So for point A, 3, 2, this is 3 on the x and 2 on the y. Now they're both positive, so 3 on the x and 2 on the y. This is it, and I'm going to label it point A. Now point B, that's -4, 3, so -4 on the x, 3 on the y, -4 on the x, 3 on the y. That's right here. So that's point B. I'm going to label it point B. Number 3, C, -5, -2. That's -5 on the x and -2 on the y. So -5 on the x and -2 on the y. That would be right here. That would be point C. And then the last one, point D, 4 on the x and negative 6 on the y. So 4 positive on the x-axis and negative 6 on the y-axis, which is right here. So that's point D. So notice how I always located the x part first, and then from there, from where I was on the x, I would move up or down, right? Depending on if y was positive or y was negative. So watch this video again. I think it'll be helpful. And then copy notes in your notebook. Take your time to draw your coordinate plane so you have a neat coordinate plane. You can pause the video, watch it again as many times as you need to. In order to remember how to plot points, and then also how to now plot points on the full coordinate plane.